Hello, welcome to the square spiral garden. It is the 1st of February. It's called Candlemas by the Catholics. What is that? Is that a mouse hole? Mole hole? Something dug under there. And it's called Imbolc by the Irish, and it means we're halfway through the season of winter. Tomorrow is Groundhog Day. It's the same thing. So I'm out in the garden at my lunch break. There's the wee pond. Some of the yarrow never really completely died. It's kind of fun to see. Apple without, still living, still flexible. Mulberry. Catkins on the hazelnuts. So the leaves are bedding down a little bit. I didn't get all of the garden covered, but I got a lot of it covered. Now, the tarp, sorry about the tarp, but I wanted to show you that the greens did successfully come through that terrible cold snap. They were protected by the tarp. The tarp was held up aloft by these tomato cages on their side, and I had added the that one didn't make it banana leaves as insulation. But what the banana leaves are doing, of course, is just shading the plants. So they were really not necessary, I think. You can see everything's just turned yellow under it. So I'm hoping that if I can get these off, the greens will rebound. And they will. They'll turn green again with some time. But yeah, the tarp covered them up real well. It kept them from freezing to death. You know, a lot of things will survive freezing. They're called frost hardy. They will not survive when it gets down to 0 degrees. Apparently, wild roses do not care if it gets down below freezing Fahrenheit, below 0 Fahrenheit, which is what, like 15 degrees Celsius, 15 below Celsius. So yeah, garden is mostly still asleep. But there are some signs of life now in this protected spot next to the house. You can see weeds are starting to come up. That's mostly things like mouse ear chickweed, which is not edible, wild strawberry, maybe some regular chickweed, which is edible. So yeah, starting to see some signs of life, because now the daylight is going to seriously start getting longer. I just got ambushed by a kitten. That's what Groundhog Day is about, is middle of winter. It's the middle of the winter season, the official winter season, and it's when the daylight starts to seriously get longer. And this is the thing that I use to cover my garlic greens, and it worked. I was kind of worried it wouldn't, because there are drainage holes that I thought would allow the frost to really get them, but they're doing all right. And then this guy is doing great. My rosemary, I had a tent over him, and got banana leaves stuck to me. And the greens, I had them all. You see, there's the tomato cages on their sides. So I had them covered with just sheets, just bed sheets, old bed sheets. And the snow, it made an igloo for them. Yeah, there's a lot of mouse ear in here too. Mouse ear chickweed, not gonna do me any good. Mouse ear chickweed, useless. Uh-oh, I can smell, I pulled up a little cilantro. Cilantro is also very cold hardy. it gets combined with tomatoes to make salsa. Oh no! Kill it, kill it, kill it, kitten. Ah, crazy kitty. Crazy kitty. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, sweet baby. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, nice attack. Yeah, so that's an umbrella that I used to also try to protect the rosemary when the snow had begun to melt, and then we had another super cold day. So I like piled snow up underneath it and put that over as like a little tiny greenhouse. And it seems to have worked because the tops are not even dead. This is what was bent over at the top. You can see they're bent over because the weight of the snow and everything was on them, and they survived. So happy. Those are old trash bags that the leaves came in. I also tucked them around there, rolled up to try to hold in some warmth. So I'm gonna need to move these banana leaves as well, because they're doing the same thing. They did help protect the greens. You can see that the greens are making a comeback, but they're gonna have to come off because they're smothering and there's everything underneath. It's probably yellow, but success. We succeeded in saving the garden. Now here's the other exciting thing. Okay, that's mouse ear. That's mouse ear. It's called mouse ear because it's slightly fuzzy. You can see it's like soft and fuzzy, but that means it's not useful. The other exciting thing for me is this is Mache, M-A-C-H-E. This is the plant that I discovered last year is edible, and it grows, yep, starts growing up in February. You are a weed. That is falstranium, and it is not useful to me. Great big falstranium right here. Gently, up it comes. Oh, it's got quite a root ball. It must have found its way into one of the pits. Pits. We'll just let it dry out there. Yep, strawberries. They do not care about the cold at all. I did not cover them. I did not help them. I did not, except for giving them several batches of compost lately, which is of course buried underground. I've done nothing for them, and they do not care about the cold at all. It does not bother them. Yeah, definitely trying to feed the strawberries, because this past year and the year before they did not produce very large berries, but before that they had produced enormous berries that were wonderful, and tons of them. All right, so the story of our kitten here. We got her because she's a barn cat, so she would take care of the mouse population for us. And on Thursday last week, we forgot to feed her. Usually, whoever gets up first will do it. And at the end of the day, I realized she had not been fed, or actually, I guess the next day, realized she had not been fed because she decided to feed us. She brought us a full-grown wild turkey. I'm not joking. She brought us a full-grown wild turkey. I came out the front door and it was waiting for me. You could see where she had taken it out, caught it by its throat. That was the wildest thing. So, on this holiday, special gardener's holiday, I'm going to show you a little crocus. And a kitten. And a kitten, crazy kitten. All right. Ouch. Be well, y'all.